Okay. Today I plan to upgrade the horns on my car. We got this PIAA horn here. We're going to be putting this in the car. Try to figure this out. I recently got into some situations on the freeway where I had to lay on my horn. And people didn't seem to want to get out of the way. So we're going to see if we could change that up by putting in some beefier horns in there. We're going to turn this on here and get this all open. There we go. There's a move. That latch always gets stuck. Okay. We got this here. The one thing I did forget is my light, so I will go grab that really fast. I thought I had everything, but isn't that always what it is? You figure you have it, but then you don't. Okay. So we got... try to find a good surface for it that kind of makes it outwards a little bit more. There we go. And then we have this one here to kind of... Woo, that's bright. Alright, so this is what we're working with here. We have the horn that's right here. We're going to replace it with dual horns. So there's like a mounting spot right here in this nut there, but there's also one over here on this side. We have the mounting harness down there. We just have to take this off. We're going to have to unlatch that mounting harness and then rig up the new mounting harness to this one over here. So I'm not sure how long this is going to take. First, we're going to be doing this little unboxing, I guess, of the PIAA horns. I've already kind of looked at them a little bit. Here they are. Nice and good looking. I don't know if you guys were able to see that, but we have dual tone horns. One's 500 hertz, and then the other is 400 hertz. So we're going to be installing these into my car here. But first thing we have to kind of do would be probably to take this old one off. So we get our light, put it right there. We have a ratchet with the 12 millimeter on it. I think this is what it was, so let's take this off and listen to the sound. One thing I forgot to do, I don't know if I can do this since I've loosened it, but we forgot to listen to what it sounds like before. Let me go over here, we're going to open the car up and we're going to do that real fast. Yeah, it sounds kind of bad. So we're going to fix that. We're going to definitely make that better. I don't think I need the ratchet anymore. I've loosened it quite a bit. It is able to be touched, yes. Unscrew this. Alright, there we go. We have the speaker for that. We have this special nut here. This car didn't actually include a second one, so I had to go to the dealership to go purchase a new one. So now we have two. So anyway, we got that off. Let's see if I can position this so we can kind of see what we're doing here. Let me try to lower that down. Next thing I need to do is get this thing off of here. So we have this little horn here, and I have to figure out how to get it off of the harness. There seems to be a little latch on it, but it's real hard to get it off. Might need a flathead screwdriver to be able to wedge it, because it's been on there for quite some time. Car's a 2015. And yeah, it's just over time and a lot of the heat here in Arizona, it just gets baked on there. See if I can't get that off there. Don't want to break it. Seems like it's moving. See if I can put this down here without sapping myself on that battery. Yeah. All right. Having a little bit of difficulty with this thing. Trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong here. That's the latch. Oh, the latch is clicking now. I think we're doing it somewhere. Let me fly that again. See if I can get this. Ooh, there we go. Now it's off. It's just stuck. Okay. We have the little Denso speaker here. It's all like peeling off and stuff. It's old. Kind of a small rattle in there. I don't know if it, you can hear that. But. All right, we're getting our hands dirty. Next thing we have to do is figure out how to get this all together here. So we have the wiring harness. This should plug right into that thing I just took out there. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll plug this in here first, just since we already have it here in the hand there. This will allow it to split between both the left and right sides to eventually go up to the new horns that we have to install. But we can't just put them in there. We have to prep them. Oh, I was turning it around. I didn't want it to do that. Okay. So we have these here. We have to make this one kind of work just like the other one did. This has a little harness thing on it, but it's not actually on these. Like this is like the default kind of universal hook to it. So we have to figure out how to get this to wire up here. The wiring harness I purchased came with this diagram that kind of shows a little bit of how to wire this up. So we're going to be using the universal connector vehicle's wiring method, which we have to take one of the leads and wire it to itself. It says connect with bracket, but I'm looking at the bracket here and it's saying tampering will damage. So probably don't want to do that. That's weird. They're like giving you both ways to do it. You're learning along here with me, so sorry about this process not being very refined. We have to open this up. Okay, so here's our equipment. According to this diagram here, this looks just like this. So the top one, we wire that in. Should just push on there. Yeah, there we go. And then this goes under this nut is what it's showing. But then it's telling me not to do that. Wonder if we put it on this nut. No, I can't have that. This is confusing. Maybe we put it up here. Because it's definitely showing that nut, but this isn't the one that came with the... Let me see what the official instructions on this one say, because the wiring harness is saying something different than what this one is showing, so it's a little confusing. When all else fails, read the instructions. Alright, so this says we do not remove that, which makes sense. I think something internally is designed for that. Alright, so let's see, installation type A, that's a standard installation. It doesn't look like that's what we have. We have a different type. We have a type B, cut off factory plugs and crimp with insulated core wire. That doesn't look like it either. Type C, single factory horn with single wire plug. Plug the included ground wires to the bottom terminals of the PIAA sports horn and ground them to the chassis ground. The bottom. So yeah, that's the bottom one. Okay, that's right. So this now has to go here, apparently. That makes sense. You're going through this with me here as we go along, so this is not a how-to video by any means, but basically we take this and it needs to go here, and then the nut that we have will actually go through this and kind of clamp it down on there. Now I'm trying to see if we need to clamp it to this side here against the chassis. This is painted though. I don't know if that conducts electricity. The bolt itself is metallic. We'll try this and see what happens. But before we do that, we actually have to fix the other side up too. So this side here needs to just plug in to the top. To keep it consistent, I want to make sure that this one goes in the same kind of direction. Yeah. There we go. Pretty wacky looking. I don't believe it matters what side that these go on. I think it's just as long as they're in the car. So let's go through the process of putting this in there then. Get this Osmo over here so we can see a little bit. You won't be able to see directly what I'm doing, and it's kind of hard working solo here to put this in. We're going to need the ratchet so that I can tie this down. Alright, so we need to put this in there. The wires are kind of getting in the way with the closing latch on the hood. It should be fine. It's out of the way. It's just a little bit awkward to put this in right now. Get the bolts started in there, and then we'll reposition it to where it needs to be. Okay, it's going in there. I don't think I got it straight, so alright, there. So you got that. The plug went weird. Let's see if we can get this while it's still kind of loose. The plug went into a weird direction there, and it will be hard to plug that in if it's like that. So wipe this back up, wipe it around here. There. Now that one's weird. Okay. I think that works. This is going to be awkward. Let's see if I can get this on here, because this cable here is kind of sticking off in a direction that's not the most. Yeah, they both stick off in that direction. Okay. It will fit on there, like it's going on there. It's just it's kind of hard to explain it without showing it. But this cable right here doesn't really have a lot of area to be able to move in the direction that it needs to. So we'll see if we can make that a little bit better here by adjusting it slightly. because that might vibrate and cut through the wire. See if you can adjust it a little bit better. Is that all the way on there? Maybe it's not. That is all the way on there. That one's all the way on there. Okay. The way that they have this off there is weird. Okay, what's going on there? We might need to loosen that a little bit. This one twisted weird. Alright, switch it back. Hold it down and then we'll tighten it. Okay, that one is installed. We just now have to try the plug in here. This will kind of be a good test as we can plug this in. And then we might be able to actually use the horn and see if this side works at least. Okay, let's try it. We'll leave Osmo there, walk around here, hit the horn and see what happens. Ooh, that's crispy. Extra crispy. Alright, so that's just one of them. We have to install the second one now. The relay for this car should be able to handle both. Should be. I don't know for sure, but from what I've read online, that this should be a upgrade that is able to be handled by the system. Okay, so the bottom one, they said that the bottom one here is the one for the ground. So there. That one's on there. We need our new bolt, which I haven't opened yet. I hope this is the right bolt. It looks like the exact same bolt as the other one. So. Bolt. Is this the same size? Yes, it is. Same fit and finish. I'll put this through that. Put that through there. Get this side. Make sure we have the same way as the other one. There we go. Okay. Now, if I can position this here so we can see that side. Osmo is difficult to work with its little tiny feet. Okay. Right now, Osmo's sitting on the horn, so hopefully it doesn't fall. Oh well, it's got insurance, I guess. Make sure we're still recording. I didn't bump anything. Alright. I'm going to move the flashlight to this side. This will also sit on top of Osmo here, his leg, so it doesn't fall off. Now we have to go through the process of putting this side on. Let's see if we can get that down a little bit. Alright, we got the mounting point for this side. Oop, it's not threading right. Cross thread, there we go. Alright. This side is a little crunchy because it's never had a horn on it before. So making sure everything else is sticking out the right edges here. It's time to tighten. Hold this down. Okay, we are making sure we're lined up a little bit. It's off centered. That down so it doesn't come up. Okay. It is still loose. It is tight. Okay. Now we have to take the wire harness from this side and plug this side in. and then we'll check it. There we go, clicked. Okay, that side's there. This side is here. You can kind of wrap this up and around here so it doesn't get caught on anything. Okay. This might be the end of the project, so let's go try it out and see what happens. We're either going to hear a louder horn or they're not going to hear no horn at all. Ooh, that's definitely loud. You can hear those dual tones pretty well. All right, so there we go. We got these horns in there. We replaced the failing one that kind of was sounding really weak. The wiring harness seems to work here for it. The wiring situation on these is a little underwhelming. Like, it'd be nice if these terminals were facing a different direction, or like on the other side, on both sides, because that would actually be better. But overall, it works. We have a little bit of loose wiring down here. I guess I could, it came with some zip ties, so I can secure that. I'll probably do that here. How to do that now? Put this down here, point it down a little bit so I can see down in the area. This is gonna be a little bit difficult for Osmo to get. I'm gonna see if I can lay it down. Maybe that will help us look down there. All right. Osmo's gimbal is getting caught on that. This is what happens when you try to use tools that weren't ever designed to do this kind of stuff. I'm no car YouTube channel guy. Okay. Osmo is resting there. Not very confidently, but it's there. Oh, I just noticed that. The zip tie accidentally clicked against it. That's the old horn. Started making the ching noise. Okay. The way that they have this in there, oh, we won't be able to do this, will we? The zip tie can't go around that. It's just a hole. They have like a clip, like a plastic thing that will hold the wire harness in place so that it doesn't bounce around everywhere. I could just put it to the front like that. I guess that works. It's up and out of the way. And that should be good. It's not blocking in the airflow. It's not in the way. The hood looks like it will close correctly. It's not going to get caught on anything because the latch is right here. And yeah. It didn't take too long at all now, did it? 23 minutes-ish. Well, there is it. Can't talk right now. There it is. We have successfully installed our new dual tone horns to let cars know that we are on the freeway and to not merge into us. And no more broken horn anymore. It's old. Wonder what we could do with this. Maybe it can be fixed, I don't know. Well, that's going to be the video for this week. Hopefully you guys like and subscribe. If you like to hear this kind of stuff. Something I like to do on my free time, and see if we can get you guys some more cool stuff to watch here in the future. Anyway, bye for now. Thank you. See you later.